Narrator: when former Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi walked into that courtroom, no one could have guessed the storm she was about to unleash. Facing down corruption, intimidation, and a powerful judge who believed he was untouchable, she made a decision that would leave the entire courtroom speechless. What she did next, it would shake the legal world to its core. Title card: Pam Bondi refuses to stand for a corrupt judge. What she does next shocked the courtroom. Pam Bondi had long stepped out of the political spotlight. After her tenure as Florida's Attorney General, she quietly continued legal work, teaching and giving back to her community. But everything changed the day she received a call from a young defense attorney named Rachel Diaz. Rachel was representing a whistleblower, someone who dared to expose judicial misconduct in the 7th Circuit of Florida. The presiding judge, Harold Maddox, a powerful figure with a long list of controversial decisions and rumors swirling about backdoor deals. Rachel was in over her head. Intimidation tactics, buried evidence, and threats were mounting. She knew she needed someone fearless, someone the system couldn't silence. Enter Pam Bondi. The day of the hearing. On the morning of the hearing, the courtroom buzzed with anticipation. Cameras weren't allowed inside, but reporters packed the hallway. Everyone knew something was off. Judge Maddox had scheduled this hearing off-calendar and restricted public access. Pam Bondi walked in confidently, dressed in navy blue, carrying a single folder. She wasn't there to make a scene unless she had to. When Judge Maddox entered the courtroom, as tradition dictates, everyone rose. Everyone except Pam. The silence was thunderous. Maddox paused. "Ms. Bondi," he said sharply, "you will rise for this court." Pam stared back calmly. "With all due respect, Your Honor, I will not stand for corruption." Gasps echoed. The bailiff shifted nervously. The judge turned red. "This is contempt," Maddox roared. But Bondi had already anticipated this. "The evidence drops." She stood slowly. "If defending the Constitution is contempt, Your Honor, then I accept it." Then she dropped the bombshell. A motion for recusal based on over 300 pages of documented misconduct, leaked transcripts, tampered evidence logs, and most damning of all, wiretapped audio of Judge Maddox coercing a prosecutor to throw a case. "You're bluffing," Maddox sneered. Pam smiled. "Play Exhibit A, please." Rachel hit the speaker. The judge's voice filled the room. "I don't care if he's innocent. Make him guilty. I owe people favors." The courtroom went dead silent. Even the stenographer stopped typing. Maddox's expression, pure panic. The turning point. Suddenly, the bailiff walked out. Then the clerk. Then 3 attorneys from the back. One by one, court personnel left the room, refusing to participate in what was now clearly an abuse of power. Bondi turned to the crowd. "This is not just about one man, it's about a system that protects its own at the cost of the innocent." Outside, the press had caught wind of what was happening. Live tweets were flooding the internet. #BondiffsMaddox was trending worldwide within 20 minutes. And then, the doors opened again. Federal agents entered the courtroom. Not for Bondi. For the judge. The aftermath. Judge Maddox was escorted out in handcuffs. Rachel Diaz hugged her client, tears in her eyes. Pam walked out of the courtroom into a sea of microphones, but she didn't stop. No press statement, no grandstanding. She just said, "Justice isn't a favor, it's a right." The video clip would go viral. In the weeks that followed, a full investigation exposed a network of corrupt officials, several of whom resigned or were indicted. Pam Bondi returned home quietly, never once claiming credit. But people wouldn't forget what she did that day. Final thoughts. So what does this teach us? It takes courage to stand when everyone else is sitting. But sometimes it takes even more courage to refuse to stand when standing means submitting to corruption. Pam Bondi reminded the world that integrity doesn't retire, and that one voice, when backed by truth, can shake even the most unshakable walls. If you found this story inspiring, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more real stories that matter. This is Mysterio Tales, where truth meets courage.